Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we get requests from the community for a Pokemon to showcase, and during my Twitch stream on Sunday, I was asked by someone if I had a Crocalor, and I said I didn't, but I actually had seen someone streaming Crocalor earlier in the day on Twitch TV. It was Mystic Sparkle, so I said I would go ahead and try and see. I would ask her if she would allow me to showcase her battles, and in fact, it was her legendary or her set to get to legend, so that's even better. And she said, "Yeah, I could showcase it." So we have the Crocalor team here, and it's going to be what is it? Crocalor, Ferothorn, and Shadow Magnezone. And Crocalor is actually really interesting because it does have a very good coverage moveset of Incinerate as the fast attack, and then for its 2 charge attacks, it's going to be Crunch and Disarming Voice. So going to have a little bit of play against the dragons, and then again, just having a dark move as coverage to anything else out there. So, and then we've already seen Ferothorn very safe, and then Shadow Magnezone actually not very safe at all, but it can take shields, it can win in shields down scenarios, or shield, like having the shield advantage scenarios as well. So, if you haven't, definitely subscribe to the channel. We have 31% subscribers. Yeah. So if you want to subscribe, definitely hit the subscribe button. 31% of the people who view the videos are subscribed, meaning 69, nice, percent of people are not subscribed. But let's go ahead and get into the battles. All right, so we have a Dugong lead here. Probably pretty decent for us. Its subtyping is at least ice, so we are doing neutral to it. It's doing resisted to us, but it does have Drill Run, which obviously is going to be super effective. I like going for Crunch in this scenario versus Disarming Voice. Obviously has the chance to do the debuff, which would be pretty nice. She does try to end up going for a catch, but they do throw in between the moves. As a 3-turn move user versus a 5-turn move user, they always can throw in the middle of a move if they choose to. And then we always want to be throwing on 1, as it's obviously 5 turns for 1 Incinerate. And then it's 6 turns for 2... Ice Shard. Man, I forgot for a second what that was called. All right, Superior. So both moves are resisted, so you definitely want to go for the Power Whip. It is more energy efficient. Plus, you have Stab on it, so same type attack bonus, giving it a little bit of increase in attack power here. Superior can go for, well, they definitely want to go for Aerial Ace. If they do end up going for Frenzy Plant, it is double resisted. So not a good idea to go for Frenzy Plant there. Usually, even in the single resisted scenarios, Superior is definitely going to be going for the Frenzy Plant. So that's saying something like into a flying type, specifically like Mandibuzz in this cup, I would be going Frenzy Plant. It is just such a better move than Aerial Ace, even though Aerial Ace would be hitting it for neutral. They get to another Aerial Ace here. It's not going to be enough to KO us. We can go one more and then one more than a Power Whip, or we could just throw the Power Whip. They do actually end up catching here on their own Ferothorn, so it is double grass in the back, but we have a switch, or we have our switch up, so we can just go for a fast attack down. They are going to get to the Thunder. Is this a Thunder? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, this is just a Power Whip, isn't it? Oh yeah, we resist this, so definitely going to go for the farm down now. Have 2 moves ready. If they do come in with the Dugong, I probably would prefer a farm down and a shield, leading into, yeah, I would shield this, even though, 90% of the time it is Icy Wind, but is it, okay. I was like, is it enough to KO anyways? But I guess we're going to save our shield for the Magnezone, kind of makes sense. I don't know, Superior, Magnezone and the grass types have such a weird relationship in this cup because they're hitting you for resisted, you're hitting them for resisted, no one's really doing much. But Magnezone, I think, thrives in the not much happening situations, which makes a lot of sense because it obviously has a lot of strength. You're going to go for the farm down here because they're not going to get to another move, and that's going to be GG. And they basically have to get the Frenzy Plant, the Aerial Ace obviously being resisted. All right, they have a Dragonite here. I do like going for the Disarming Voice here. They are pretty high HP for the Crunch, so we're going to go for the 1 shield KO, or the 0 shield, I should say. And then they end up throwing here on alignment. I personally would shield this, yeah, and Mystic Sparkle does, because we have the chance to get 2 shields here, where they only are going to get the 1 since we went for CMP, which is absolutely fantastic, great opportunity here for us. And then we can get KO'd, that's fine. We could come in with Magnezone, farm this down, shield once, just in case they do throw the superpower. But they're not going to get to 2 moves unless they go for double Dragon Claw. But we do resist Dragon Claw, so that's fine. They're not going to get to a superpower is my point. Sorry about that. They do end up coming in with a Ferothorn. I like going for the Wild Charge here. It's going to do the most damage, obviously, but then we can come in with our own Ferothorn, and obviously we're going to win the mirror match with it at half HP, and it ends up they're going to have a Carbink in the back, and Grass is good against Rock, and that's going to be super effective against Rock, and that's just going to be GG. They have nothing they can throw into Ferothorn there. Yeah. All right, Mantine in the lead, obviously really bad for the Crocalor there, but we do have 2 answers, and this is obviously our lesser of the 2 answers. They end up doing kind of the same play we were attempting to do there at the end of that game, and they end up just getting us a little low and then bringing in the mirror match, or a little lower than the mirror match could possibly do. So they're always going to win this match unless maybe there's a weird just damage level where maybe the Thunder just KOs them, whereas their less energy is not enough to get to multiple Thunders to KO us. But to me, it looks like maybe maybe 2 Thunders there for them. Although we do have extra timing here, but they're going to be going for Thunder anyways, so maybe it's worth a shield. Yeah, I do like the shield here. They're going to be stuck here for just a second. We're going to get the KO, but they are going to come back in with Mantine. I guess we're going to be able to throw a Crunch into them. Again, this has a chance to lower the defense. Plus, we have pulled the Mantine out. If they do want to, although, I mean, I don't know how bulky Crocalor is, but I imagine we can't take a Water Pulse, but I also think we're just trying to save shields for Magnezone here. I almost would like not throwing, but I get throwing here as well. Getting it a little lower. Maybe we'd one-shot it with a Volt Switch, which is nice. Defense is dropped. Even if they throw a move, it's Aerial Ace for sure. Yeah, so we resist this. Right? Yeah, because they already threw 2 moves, and then this would be the 3rd. Yeah. All right, their last mon does end up being the Alolan Ninetales. Obviously, this is a great matchup for Magnezone. The only thing is they do have 2 shields, and we only have 1 shield. So they're going to go for the 2-shield farm down on all of our mon, I think. But we are able to go for the Mirror Shots, which have a chance to debuff the attack, and we actually do drop their attack. She does go for the catch, but doesn't get it. But we now have 2 moves on, one on Ferothorn, one on Magnezone, and they only have 1 shield, and both of these are going to KO. Opponent knows that and just lets it go. Shadow Sableye, a really great pick in this cup, I think. Very neutral. The only thing is it does take a lot of damage. This is probably outside of crunch range, so I like going for 1 more Incinerate and then a Disarming Voice. It's not like we're really threatened by the fast attacks. And actually, Incinerate's doing way more than them. We could probably go to the 2-1 shield scenario if we want to. Or we could let it go. Also, it's just fine. We outpace as well. So probably we'll just I don't know. I think I would let it go and let Magnezone farm this thing down. But to be fair, it might be at almost 2 moves here. But I still would like to come in Magnezone. Actually, we could come in Ferothorn for a big farm down. Actually kind of like that too. Okay, I actually really like this play because it's much more farm. Yeah, we're going to take a foul play, which is going to get us just below half life, I think, from the Shadow. But we're going to have so much energy. Actually, they went for Power Gym. That's definitely not the move to go. Remember, this is the set. At this point, I think we're in the set for the Pika Libre. So this is actually like 3050 rating-ish. So this is... it's a weird play for someone in that rating. I guess we're just going to let this go down. Oh, they actually let us get to the move. Okay, and that's... I mean, Magnezone versus whatever's in the back. They've already shown 1 water. Maybe it's a secondary water here. Oh, yeah, it ends up being Dugong. Going to switch right away. Well, we end up going for 2 there, but we're going to switch, and it's going to be fine. Yeah, we can shield once. This is definitely going to be the drill run. This is always a drill run because it makes no sense to bait since they have no shields and we only have 1. They might as well go for the, hey, maybe they think we're going to bait and no shield, or maybe they're going to try to be cocky. But, yeah. End up just... going for that safe shield and then wild charging this Dugong down. Steelix is an interesting matchup. Obviously, they want to switch out. We do have Fire, and they are going to be hitting us for neutral, but obviously we have Fire. And then you're obviously going to go for Crunch in those matchups as well, as its neutral and Disarming Voice is resisted. They do end up coming in with a Mandibuzz, and we obviously have the Magnezone in place of it, or against it. I do think this 2-shield is kind of weird because we're going to end up getting pit against a Steelix that we can't really do any damage to because it resists everything that we have on Magnezone. So now we've basically spent these 2 shields for nothing, assuming we can't get out. Now, at the same rate, we can switch into any of these other matchups. I think I would probably go into Crocalor here, as it has a bit more coverage against everything. I definitely would not be staying in this matchup forever. We want to save this energy, at least have a wild charge against something in the back. I guess I'd be switching out for sure here. Okay. And this is a fine matchup. We resist everything it does. Well, we resist Psychic Fangs, but not the Crunch, not the Earthquake. Good thing it doesn't have Earthquake. It does end up being a Ferothorn in the back, so that is pretty nice. It is ABA Steel. Oh, this is the Psychic Fang teams, except they're not running Psychic or Thunder Fang Steelix team that I was showcasing, except they're not running Thunder Fang. So that's pretty interesting. I definitely would be running Thunder Fang if I'm running this team, but yeah, it's okay, I guess. With just Dragon Tail as well. This matchup's going to go a long time. They do end up having Flash Cannon, which is interesting. But I like going into Magnezone here. We are going to be able to use its energy, and they're going to shield. So Magnezone not going to be able to get farmed down either. So yeah. Oh, they actually just let it go and then have Steelix in the back. But Steelix doesn't have enough damage to get through the Crocalor, I think, because if I think we can come back in with a Ferothorn, force them to throw energy. Or we can come in Crocalor and just start farming down. But, okay, I really like this, actually. And they end up not throwing because... Oh, wait, is this CMP? Does Ferothorn win CMP against Steelix? Probably. Okay, it wasn't CMP, but that's kind of weird. They lost a turn, I guess. Is this CMP? I am not seeing the moves come through here. This isn't going to KO, but it's just barely not. Okay, this one was CMP. So just to note, Ferothorn wins CMP against Steelix. That one's kind of obvious, but yeah, this Crocalor just going to incinerate it down. In Polion lead, actually probably really good for Crocalor because it does have that steel subtyping. Oh, opponent throws on bad timing. Probably didn't realize they got the 1-turn lag on the switch in and then went to 7, but then ends up being an overfarm. That's tough because we can throw back to back here, possibly getting both shields. Yeah, I like going for both shields here rather than trying to get good timing. So technically this is bad timing on our side, but good incentive to try to take both shields. Then we end up coming in with the Ferothorn because it's not going to be threatened too much by any of this. They did get the defense drop on the Crunch, but it's going to take at least 2 digs to take us out, and they end up throwing an Aerial Ace. So yeah, definitely going to be able to farm this down before 3 Aerial Aces, and again, the dig is not going to KO from here. Although, to be fair, Lurantis is a weird one. They definitely get to the move before us, but this is definitely a Leaf Blade as well, which we resist. And even though it is attack weighted, I guess it's going to do a decent amount, but again, we resist it, and yeah, Leaf Blade is one of the best grass moves, and it is attack weighted Pokemon, but yeah, we're a fire type still at the end of the day. I guess we can just let this go, farm down with Magnezone, and then have just a ton of energy and a shield advantage going into the last matchup. I expected like a Superior in the back, but oh, well, it's GG anyways. And then I just wanted to show the end of this set. This was a 4-1 here where she was able to get the Pico Libre. It was not a shiny. I think I have gotten 17 or 18 Pikachu Libres, and I've not gotten the shiny yet. I guess technically shiny odds are, well, someone in the comments can let me know below. I guess I don't really know. I feel like it's is it 1 in 500? I feel like it's like 1 in 400 something, like 460 or 512, something like that. Anyways, yeah, ends up not being a shiny, unlucky, but I just wanted to showcase that set because someone on the Twitch stream asked for if I had Crocalor, and again, like I said before, I don't have that mon, but I had seen previous in the day that someone else had been running it to some success, so I wanted to showcase that battle. If you all want any other Pokemon to showcase. I can definitely try if I have it, and if I don't have it, I can try to find someone who does. Yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Just a quick one here. Thank you so much for all the support over the last few months, really this whole season. And if you like this video, hit the like button. If you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. It helps me out so much with the YouTube algorithm. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good one. Hey, thank you for watching the video. And if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out. And if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there. And I'll see you in the next one.